You're leaving parts of yourself, everywhere, every breath, every touch. Every quiet motion sends invisible fragments of you into the air, swirling like microscopic weather. You are a living storm of renewal. Your skin, stretching over 2 square meters, is your largest organ, a self-healing frontier that never sleeps. Every second, it dies and rebuilds, keeping you alive through silent precision. Each second 30 to 40,000 skin cells fall away. They drift across rooms, land on books, beds and screens, tiny memories escaping the boundaries of your body. This process is called desquamation, a word as quiet as its act. It's your body's way of cleaning house, trading death for life with every passing heartbeat. A single cell's journey begins deep within the basal layer, born soft and moist. It climbs toward the surface, hardens, dies, and becomes dust, a life completed in less than a month. You might think of it as waste, but it's an elegant form of recycling. Your body is an architect of transformation, turning loss into protection, decay into balance. In just 1 year, you'll shed around 40 pounds of skin, 18 kilograms of yourself, scattered invisibly across time and space. You live surrounded by yesterday's version of you. That thin layer of dust coating your shelves, it's not from outside. It's you, your body's ongoing story written in invisible ink, collecting quietly as proof of life. Each flake once guarded your body, shielding it from light, heat, and bacteria. Its fall is not failure. It's loyalty fulfilled. Even your dust has purpose. Your home is an archive of skin and time. Every couch curtain and floorboard holds fragments of every person who's ever lived there, layers of shared existence. Half the dust inside your home isn't from the outside world. It's from you. Skin, hair, and microscopic fragments drift off your body every moment, building an atmosphere made of your own history. Every time you stretch, scratch, or simply breathe, your body releases another cloud of invisible matter. You carry an ecosystem with you, constantly rewriting the air around you. Shake a blanket, open a book, walk across the floor. Millions of skin cells rise into motion. What you see in a sunbeam isn't dirt. It's life, reflecting itself back to you. Those floating specks are fragments of everyone, a shared fingerprint of existence. The air you breathe carries traces of countless strangers, bound together by biology. Scientists estimate that nearly 50% of household dust is human skin, the rest is fabric, fibers, pollen, and microbes, a microscopic mixture that tells the story of our presence. When sunlight cuts through your room, you can see it, a quiet galaxy of living remnants, orbiting through the private universe you call home. Each of those tiny flakes once formed part of your armor, protecting you from radiation, infection. Their friction, their fall is simply a change of duty. Dust mites feed on what you leave behind. They live, eat, and reproduce inside your sheets and pillows, microscopic companions you never invited, but always host. In a single pillow, thousands of these creatures live on your skin flakes. To them you are the planet, and your body, the weather that sustains their world. Every time you exhale, you send molecules of yourself back into the air. The cycle continues. What was once part of you now floats between the living and the forgotten. At a microscopic level, your home is alive. Dust mites, bacteria, and fungal spores form a tiny civilization that feeds on the skin you've left behind. Each flake of skin becomes a miniature planet hosting colonies of life that thrive, reproduce, and die, an entire ecosystem built from what you once were. You don't see it, but this exchange keeps nature balanced. Your body's loss feeds smaller lives, which in turn clean the environment around you. When you open the curtains, sunlight burns through this tiny world. UV light sterilizes your room, killing some, sparing others, continuing the silent evolution of dust. Your breath, your sweat, your skin, each contributes to this shared atmosphere. The air inside your home is not just air, it's a living archive of biology. When sunlight hits the air, you can almost see your past shimmering. Every motion leaves a trace, like stardust from a human nebula. Scientists once called dust lifeless. Now they know it's full of DNA spores and ancient cells, fragments of life that drift across generations. Even rain affects this invisible web. When humidity rises, dust absorbs moisture, releasing scents that remind you of home, the smell of your own biology. Some of the carbon from your skin will fall to the floor, mix with fabric, and eventually return to the soil. Even indoors, your body is still part of the Earth's cycle. You are not separate from your surroundings. You are constantly merging with them, losing, giving, and becoming part of the quiet network that sustains life. Every speck of dust is a time capsule. Inside it lies a record of motion, contact, and warmth, a biological diary written by your body without a single word. Your skin is memory made visible. It holds the imprint of sunlight, wind, and every gentle touch that ever brushed against you, then quietly lets them go. You are shedding time itself. Each flake carries a story, a moment of living that ends in transformation, dissolving into air before you ever notice it. Every room you've ever lived in still carries traces of you. On every wall and object, the smallest pieces of your being remain, whispering your presence long after you've gone. If you could see every cell you've lost, you would see your own trail, a cloud of existence, following you like a comet through the atmosphere of life. Scientists say our skin renews every 27 days. But the story it tells is timeless. Each renewal is an echo of evolution, a small rehearsal for immortality. Even now, your body is building tomorrow's skin from today's breath and yesterday's dust, a seamless continuity between what you were and what you're becoming. You never truly stop changing. Even in sleep, your body reworks itself, rewriting the map of who you are with each passing night. If you wipe away dust, you are not erasing it, only rearranging what remains. History doesn't vanish, it simply shifts position, waiting to be seen again. The past is not gone. It's suspended around you, in the air you breathe, the light you touch, and the skin you continue to leave behind. Skin is the body's way of saying goodbye gracefully. It never clings to what's gone. It releases, trusts, and makes room for what's next. You're not just a body, you're a process, a continuous negotiation between creation and decay. Each breath is both an ending and a beginning. To live is to shed, to change is to survive. The very act of losing skin is what allows your body to remain alive, adaptable, and endlessly new. Even when you feel still, you're moving inside you. Cells divide, replace, and release. You are motion disguised as form, an endless tide pretending to be still water. One day, the last of your skin will fall, and even that will feed new life. Nothing ends. It just changes hands, from one form to another. Your body teaches the law of transformation better than any book. Everything you lose becomes something else, somewhere, for someone. In this way, you're infinite. Pieces of you travel through air, water, and time, joining the silent chorus of matter that once made everything alive. Every molecule in your body has been borrowed from ancient stars, oceans, and the dust of others. You're not separate from the universe, you're its continuation. So when sunlight filters through your window, remember, it's lighting particles that once belonged to someone, somewhere, long ago, maybe even you. You shed 40 pounds of skin every year, but maybe what you truly lose is never gone. It simply becomes part of everything that keeps the world alive.